let's start with the meditation. So I would like you to just start by getting comfortable in your chair wherever you're sitting. It's best to have, unless you're sitting cross-legged meditation style, then it's best to have your feet flat on the floor and your back supported so that you're sitting straight, so that the spine is erect. So just make sure you're comfortable now before we get started. Make sure your body is feeling comfortable and supported. And so I'd like you to close your eyes now and just become aware of your breath. So now that you're comfortable, eyes closed, I would like you to just breathe in relaxation and just breathe out any stress or tension, just everything from your day that you've carried, any thoughts that you brought into this moment. Just release them, allow them to simply fall away. So just breathing in relaxation and sigh on the out breath. And just let go of any stress or tension. Breathing in relaxation. Breathing out any stress or tension. And just floating down now into a comfortable position as you feel more and more relaxed. And I want you to imagine now that all of your awareness is moving out of your mind, down your body, down into the solar plexus, that place between your ribs, the bottom of your rib cage. Place that you could call the tummy, the diaphragm. See yourself going right down into that part of the body. And as you do, you see a beautiful sunshine yellow. It is so light, so bright, not blinding, it doesn't hurt your eyes. It's just a beautiful, warm, bright, sunshiny yellow light. It is so bright that it takes your eyes a moment to adjust. And as you become more and more adjusted to this light, you see that there is a figure off in the distance. Person about your size. And as you adjust to the light, you realize that this person is walking towards you. They look very sad, their head is hanging, their shoulders are droopy. They seem to be full of despair. This person is not believing in their ability to create. And so their life is full of hardship. And as they approach ever closer, you realize that this person is you. And you ask this person, why is your head hanging? Why are you so full of despair? And in your own way, you know the answer. You may sense it. You may have a feeling. You may just have an understanding or a knowing. Maybe you can hear or see the answer. Somehow you know the answer to why this person is feeling so much despair. This other aspect of you. And so as you are talking to this other piece of yourself, you say, it's okay, it's just a belief. You can change it. We can change it. Let's do it together. Let's do it right now. Let's change that feeling, that belief right now. So you invite yourself to envision a life full of prosperity and abundance. So much fun. You start to visualize everything that you've ever dreamed of in your life as being yours. And you realize that abundance is not just money. It's relationships, it's your values, it's what's important to you. And so you see yourself looking up now, looking out into the world and seeing nothing but joy and happiness. All the problems are over, everything looks different. And as you look around, you see that you are living in the home of your dreams. You run from room to room. Everything is even more beautiful than you could have imagined. You look out the windows and the view is magnificent. And you find it incredible that this is your home, but yet you know that it is. This is your home. This is what you created for yourself. And then you see people in this home. You see all the beautiful people that are in your life experience. Some of them live with you, some of them visit you, some are family, some are friends. Maybe there's some neighbors. See everyone who's in your life experience in this joyful moment that you're in. How much they love you and support you. See how happy they are for you. They're celebrating with you. They're celebrating this beautiful home. They're celebrating your life. See the love and the kindness that they have for you. And then you see, now that you have everything you need to live, you see what it is you do with your time when you're not with your friends and your family. You see now that you are living in this great prosperity and everything flows joyously and freely into your life, what it is you do with your time, what is of value to you. And you know that your time is placed to meet your values. And perhaps it is play. We are fully supporting the world when we are in joy and playful. What do you do for play? No limitations. Everything you've ever dreamed of. Perhaps you see yourself in a hot air balloon. Perhaps you see yourself skiing down beautiful mountain slopes. Traveling the world, all the places that you've ever yearned to see. Those who are most special to you at your side. You're only alone if you choose to be alone. There are so many people loving you and supporting you in your life. This beautiful life is yours and you've created it. And you know that if you can create it in your imagination, you can create it in your reality. And in this moment you are deeply grateful. You think of how your life used to be and compare it to all the things that you have now. And you are so deeply grateful for the people, for your home, for all the things that you were able to do, for the freedom that you have. for the lightness that comes from never having to worry about finances. Your life is totally different. Feel the gratitude for that. And to feel the deep love that you have for yourself, for allowing yourself to create this. You are so grateful to yourself because you know that you are the one who allowed this experience to happen. You were the change in your life that allowed it to turn around and become so magnificent, so joyful and abundant and prosperous. You did this for yourself. And as you have that thought, once again you see before you this person that stood before you in the beginning of this meditation, and they look so different now. You help them to understand that there's so many possibilities that you can create this because you have. You have created it in this moment. And you look at this person and they are radiant. And they're hugging you. They're so happy that you came to visit, and you help them to understand. You help them to realize that you have all the potential within you that you need to create this beautiful life. And as this other person has this understanding and you see the great joy that you share together, suddenly everything becomes very yellow again, as if the sun has come out. And it's so bright that you have to squint a bit. And this other aspect of you disappears. And as it does, you become very aware of yourself sitting in this chair once again. Aware of being in this room. You become aware of the sounds in the room other than my voice. And you wiggle your fingers and toes and you begin to move about in your chair. Getting ready to come back into this moment. Coming back into this now moment of listening to this sound, listening to this meditation, fully present now. And now that you have been in this meditation, I would like you to take a moment to remember what your values were, what was important to you in that meditation. Perhaps when you finish listening to this, you can write down what it was. What was important to you? Who was in your life? What were you doing with your time? What were you doing in your playtime? Because this is telling you what your values are in your life. And when you know your values, you know what your bottom line is, you know what you're responding from, and you know what you're choosing to create. If you saw yourself giving away most of your money, then I would recommend you stick around for the clearing aspect. Because that's a belief that you don't deserve to have it, so you're wanting to give it away. You're justifying having it by giving it away. When really the beauty of being abundant and prosperous and living in wealth is that you're not carrying the burden, so you're not putting that energy of burden out into the world. You're putting an energy of joy and happiness. And so the world is full of more joy and happiness. Every one of us has an impact on the world. Have you ever walked into a room where two people were pretending that they're getting along just fine and you know they just had an argument because you can feel it? That feeling goes out everywhere, out into the world. So every feeling we have is part of the mass consciousness and the energy that is this world. And so the more we are in joy and happiness, then the more loving and happy and joyful the world is. So know that you don't have to give all your money away to be deserving of having that. We deserve to have everything. And I'm not saying that it's not okay to give your money away. It's just where you come from when you're in the place of doing that. It's the belief underneath that matters. So now I would like to step into the second part of this video and step into the clearings that I want to do. And I'll tell you now what the specific topics are that I'm going to be clearing in this video. And these are beliefs around deserving to be wealthy and deserving to have prosperity in our life that I feel many people carry. So these would be very valuable ones to begin this clearing work. And the first one is the belief that you don't deserve to have money. So many of us from our childhood got repeated messages that the family didn't deserve to have, or the things that we wanted to have as children. You know, it's hard to understand that you can't just have all the things that you want, so we pick up this belief that we don't deserve the things that we want. And so then as long as we're believing that, we won't allow the things that we want to come into our life experience, even though it's totally unconscious. The belief that only bad people have money, this belief is attached to a lot of religions, that good people are sacrificing their lives and don't demand a lot of money, and so it's the bad people who have the money, and that's not serving us in our lives anymore. At this point, we have to have money in the world we're living in now in order to be able to survive. So we'll clear that one. Being jealous of rich people, so you make money insignificant. So very often a way of coping, a way of strategizing to get through our lack of abundance is to make money unimportant. So we just tell ourselves that money doesn't matter that much. It's not that important to me. Playing small so others will like you and feel better about themselves. So a lot of times we don't want to make other people feel less important or less significant in a way. We want to make them feel good about who they are by keeping ourselves small. And really, all that does is keep the whole world feeling small instead of rising up to our full potential and then showing others how to do the same and giving them permission to do the same. So the more we step into our full potential, the more we give other people permission to do the same thing. And I've seen this so many times in my life experience. I believe that the greatest teaching is not by what we say and tell other people about, but simply by us living our own lives to our fullest potential, and other people want to rise up to that as well when they see it. Another belief is that other people may not like you if you are rich. You think about the people who may not stay in your life because you're in a different social category than they are, and so a lot of people, I believe, limit themselves with that. And also a past life vow of poverty. And this is especially true of people who are healers in this world and who have had many lifetimes of offering their services very often without expecting anything in return. And so, it's a struggle to live in poverty in this world the way it is today. It's time to move through that and understand that there are no limitations to abundance. There simply is not. I really have a very clear understanding now that everything that we create comes from the quantum field, and it manifests. Scientists now know that there's no such thing as an objective experiment unless they can make it totally random, because every thought we have affects particles and they take form with our thoughts. And it's because of that there is no limitation. Everything that comes to us is these particles coming into form, and they're everywhere. Space is full of them. So don't believe that there's only so much and we have to share. Everything that everyone ever desired is possible for us in our reality.